go.
What's up? We live! Live. You know what? Well, where do we start today? So much stuff going on in the world today. Got my camera too far up. We're supposed to be talking about what is a narcissist, but it appears that current events might have changed what we're going to be talking about today. So let's just first start off. You're on mute. There you go. What's new in your world today?
Man, everything good in my world. Try to give me some breakfast just a few minutes ago.
Breakfast?
Try to get some breakfast and then try to give me some hash brown, and they gave me some cold hash brown from Arby's. And, I ate one of them, and I think, hey.
You think it might be because it's 8 o'clock?
No. They just rushed him out of there, and I went over there and gave it back to him. And she said, I put 2 extra ones in there for you for free.
2?
And I'm like, you put 2 extra ones. You kept the same one that was cold. You just recooked it and just gave me the other 2 and put some more in there. Like, yeah, that's what my world is. And that's, part of my world. Got pulled over this week by a stinking old, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we good. I'm here. So I'm on What's New in Your World. As you can see, my background changed. And I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. Everybody. Happy New Year.
What is that? You? Oh, Happy New Year. It's the new year. Yes, it is. New year with new stuff. So, feel like the world is going to hell in a handbasket.
She said New Year with some new boat-ish.
Some new stuff. Like, for real. Going. So, said I'm drawing up, what is this? Is a tweet or Mr. Omar, I think it's like Ian, I'm not sure. If you know, tell me. Saying that he's drawing up Donald Trump should be impeached by the House of Representatives. It says, I'm drawing up articles of impeachment. So, hey, we'll get to what's new in my world, but I want to set up our Instagram first before we actually start. So let me do that.
Yeah. That's why yeah, I just want to say everybody, whoever watching this show is, keep your prayers up for Dr. Dre, and he had, I think over the week, sometime yesterday, he had like a brain thing on me. So I know someone close in my family had that too, and that's really something real serious to go through. And I just, want to say I got, my prayer up for him and his family. We're going to recover. I at the hospital pretty soon. Looked on TMZ, and it was like, he's doing better than what he was doing. And I never knew what that was because I heard one of my close relatives had got it. Well, not got it, but he had that too.
I know.
And
We've been talking about COVID so much. Yeah, he got that COVID. He got it. He got it.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, how do you how it started, but I mean, I found out that you get it by high cholesterol and not taking care of your body.
Well, he looks like he take care of himself because I actually looked at that. He actually lost some weight. It looks like. So I can't necessarily say that
you could lose the weight, but still you still don't have you still can have it depends on what you eat. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things, when you get a certain age, things that you used to eat when you was younger, you can't eat no more as much.
True.
You know?
Yep.
Well, that's just what that is. So, but yeah, that's what's, I just want to shout out to Dr. Dre. Man, hope you get well, get better, man, and keep bringing some more hits and some more bangers to the music world. And also, salute, because also, as me being a producer, beat maker, and I got a shout out to Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back to the tail.
I'm about to knock the whole thing down.
Come on, I gotta see you come back real soon, man.
I was listening, I promise. I was about to knock down like all of my stuff, not intentionally, but I'm trying to get me situated here and I just haven't quite got comfortable. So we're just gonna keep it right there. Man, so we're supposed to be talking about, this is our of course, Happy New Year. This is our episode 27, What is a Narcissist? And we're going to get to that, but there's so much that's going on actually right now that we're going to talk about. So man, where do you start? So everybody knows about, I guess let's start something on a little lighter note, the stimulus. Some people know that they have their $600 stimulus. I've heard a few people that I know actually have received their stimulus check, so congrats for them.
I ain't get mine yet. I'm still waiting.
I don't know. It almost seems, because it's kind of different. Well, ironic. The common denominator between the people that I know that have received a stimulus is they don't have any dependents. So I wonder if they're processing the people that have no dependents first. I don't know, but perhaps. I also heard that they're doing it up until the 15th. So they say if you haven't received it by the 15th, that you can just claim it on your tax return, and that's how you'll get your refund. Are you doing that on purpose? Okay. No. You just look like somebody just wrapped some duct tape around you. So that you can claim it on your taxes. So you'll still get your $600, but you just won't get your check. You'll get your $600 by getting it back with your taxes. But if you owe taxes, then you won't receive it because you owe and they're going to take it right back. But hey, it'll help. So at first I thought they were saying that you had to wait, since they're given to you technically in 2021. I thought they were saying that you had to wait to file it at the end of the year 2021, which is crazy. So yeah. That's what I heard about that. And then, of course, today, breaking news. Everybody know pretty much what's going on within the media. Um, and I think it's wrong. I think it's just the opposite because, when they were doing it for Black Lives Matter, you still have those individuals that are just there and not necessarily there for the cause. And it's kind of like one of those things that, for the people that believes or chose to vote for, whomever, people are holding it against them. And I'm trying to say that as lightly as possible. This is, for me, I can't say I've experienced it in my family, but I've heard a lot of people where they experience it to whereas the person whom they voted for began to affect what they do in their personal lives. So it depends on what you vote for. If you vote for the person or you vote for the policies that person enforce. And it's like, it depends. Some people vote for the person. So just like, in high school when you had to run for a presidency or anything like that, or if you knew somebody was running for president of your grade or whatever, right? You listen to what they say, but basically they won based off of the popular vote, whoever made it sound good or whoever you liked or anything like that. Well, when you get older, you start to move away from that, young mentality. And when you vote, it's not about the person per se, as much as it is in the policies that person is trying to enforce. They should kind of go hand in hand. And in some cases, you're unable to go hand in hand. But it's like, it should be the policies that the person is trying to push forward versus, I don't like that person. So you have what's going on right now. And you have some people like, oh, I don't want to deal with you anymore because I know who you voted for. And because that's who you stand for based on what they're doing today or doing right now, they, no longer want to deal with you, right? And the thing that I have about that, and no, this is nothing personal, this is just talking. The thing that I feel about that is, this is why people should keep to themselves who you vote for. This is only my opinion, because some people can't differentiate your voting preference versus you as a person or personal, right? Because I've had, scenarios where you got, I say I've had, but let's say a scenario that a father and a son. The father voted for person A, the son voted for person B, and now the relationship between the father and the son is severed because of their voting preference. Like, that's kind of where it kind of draws the line, because voting is the person's right. It's their personal right to vote for whomever they want to vote for because it's their beliefs. And in that same sense is, just like who you choose to believe in, like versus your religion, whether you choose to believe in God or choose not to be in God, that's your personal preference and it shouldn't be held against you. Right? So what's going on down there at the Capitol kind of reminds me of how we were screaming about the Black Lives Matter, how we were going there to peacefully protest. And then you had the individuals that would come there and the protest wouldn't be so peaceful. It would be chaotic. It would be chaos, just like what's going on today. So we've really seen this already, except I'm saying like majority of African Americans, blacks, we're going down there protesting for, lives, saying that, we matter too. And now you take the same scenario with a crowd, right? And you have that same type of chaos. So on one point, protesting is a right, but you protest peacefully. But then you have some of those protesters that are not really so much concerned about the peace, and they create chaos. And that's pretty much kind of look like exactly what's going on now, is the chaos in the situation. So I don't I think again, whomever you voted for should be your personal preference, just like whatever you make your salary. If you choose to tell it to somebody, you tell it to somebody who knows you for who you are, and is not like, oh, I'm gonna hold this against you, because I think it's crazy. So it's like, the world is changing and at the same time it's dividing, and this is just creating more divide. You're sitting at your home, you have nothing to do with what's going on there, and then at the same time, relationships and people are severed because of them knowing who you particularly voted for. And this is history. It's crazy. It's getting even more chaotic by the day. And people were ready for 2021. Well, it's just a continuation of 2020. And that's the direction that we're going in. I think it's ridiculous of everything that's going on. Oh, you decided to come back.
I'm gonna say this though. Look.
But I was talking and you wasn't even here.
I was listening. I heard everything you said. And I got something to say about that.
I got something to say
about that. So you telling me, because if I vote for a certain person and I say who I voted for, and that person tells me, well, I won't be nowhere around you, I don't want to do nothing with you, and you like, you good, because you don't mess with me because of what I did, what I voted for. So you telling me, when you ain't got a loaf of bread and you ain't got no water in your house, don't come knock on my door. Can I borrow some drink? Can I borrow a loaf of bread?
No, man, that sounds like,
you know what I'm saying?
Not saying that's what you were doing, but it sounds like cowardice. So like if people started killing people because they believed in God, you think it would be better if you just didn't say you believed in God?
I mean, I feel where you're coming from it, but this happens all too common. You know what I'm saying? Because of what the people are doing, and I'm sure a lot of people are thinking the same way, because of what the people are doing at the Capitol, right? And if you did vote for Trump, then you have some other people that don't want to be around you because they feel that that's what you stand for. But the thing is, that's not necessarily true. You're not standing or even condoning the chaos that's going on down there. You know what I'm saying? You stood up for whatever policies that you read and that you agreed upon. That's why it's called a vote, and that's why it's private, because you choose to vote based on policy. So that goes to show you, some people, they don't vote based off the policies that the person is trying to do. When you have somebody, an elected official, you listen to the debates, and then, you know what I'm saying, you read their policies, what they're trying to enforce, and that should help you to better determine, who you're choosing to vote for. But the chaos, for example, what's going on today, doesn't mean that you're a bad person if you voted for him or not. Let's say you did vote for him, and then there are certain people that don't want to deal with you because of your voting preference. That doesn't mean that you ain't even down there at the Capitol. That doesn't mean that you agree with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or you condone, you know what I'm saying, Trump's behavior or anybody else's behavior. Your voting preference is your voting preference. And nobody should make that their personal agenda to be like, I'm going to disassociate myself with you because you voted for Trump. That's your personal right to vote for Trump, just like it's your right to believe in God or your right to be a Catholic. You know what I'm saying? That's basically creating and just adding to the division that's already there. Right. You know what I mean? And, this is why, like, one of those things I say, when you vote, it's like people, I was talking to my son when we were voting, and I remember he asked me, like, who I voted for, and he was asking his friend, who they voted for. And I'm like, you can't go around asking people who they voted for because it's a private matter. And he's like, why? It's just who they voted for. And I'm like, asking somebody who they voted for is like asking them what's their salary per year. It's private, and people get offended. Like, what? You asking me how much I make? Like, why are you asking me who I voted for? And I think for situations like this, and how there's so much chaos and divide in the world, and that you basically taking, it's just like high school. You got the groups, everybody got the tables, this table A, this table B, you're a part of my table. So it's like anybody who voted for Trump, you don't want to deal with the people who voted for Joe Biden, or anybody who voted for Joe Biden. We're not dealing with the people who voted for Trump. Like, what's going down at the Capitol is not just a Trump thing. You know what I'm saying? It's there because of Trump. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is not believing in the same thing. Some people are there protesting for, their reasons that they're protesting for, and they're trying to be peaceful and civil. And then on the other hand, you have that other group of people that are not really trying to be civil at all. So it's going back to the Black Lives Matter. We went through the same thing. It's just almost like it's repeating just for the opposite side.
But at the same time, it's still the same thing, and at the same time, it's like it's more of a little bit, like I said, a little bit, but privilege. I watched some of those videos.
I did too.
Was like, he was like, the only way they have to back up, but he wasn't really trying to back them up or nothing. And he kept on running. He kept running back. He kept going back to the upstairs like he was guiding them where he needed to walk at. Where they was supposed to go at. Because if you running in the White House, with some boundaries and some rules, it looked like a show to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they kept following the cop. They had another door. They could have went that way or went this way. Anything. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted to do anything, like I said, it just looked like it was staged. And I mean, a lot of stuff looked like staged because. Man, the White House is a top security White House. There's no way in the world that you let people go up in there and take over like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can do that. They had a problem with Muammar Gaddafi from sitting outside of the White House in a tent one year. They went crazy about that. And they had Secret Service out was surrounding him. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, it's just, hey, stuff don't look, a lot of stuff don't look, I mean, that could be another New Year distraction. You know what I'm saying? So, and give them enough time to be like, vote with the $2,000 stimulus. You know what I'm saying? It could be a whole lot of other stuff that's given enough time, or either they may be like the next day, look, we shut down until we sterilize and, wipe down the building, because most of these people that walked in there, they had no masks on.
I saw that. I really did. I saw that.
They had no masks on. So now, so nobody had no masks on. What happened to COVID? Why y'all take these people to jail? Why you ain't lock them up? You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't, come on, baby. Y'all want to set some rules and some laws now. Let's get on that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff that didn't broke. So now, the White House is going to probably be shut down until they wipe barely everything down. They're going to do it. I mean, that's why I say a lot of stuff is staged to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I mean, a lot of stuff staged to me.
This is dumb.
That's all I'm saying.
Dumb. It's all stupid, tribalistic.
You know what? He said tribalistic.
That's all it is, bro. You just mad at me because I got a different color jersey on than you. That's all this is, bro. Yeah. And it's childish. It's playground. It's
like you're a Cowboys fan and I'm a Saints fan. I can't holler at you.
Like
no pun intended. We
can't be friends.
No
like what? Like would you like?
I'm not your friend.
Would you not look at your mother the same just because she's a Cowboy fan?
But they have families that are divided because of whom you voted for.
That is
I agree. I think voting is your preference. That's why they give it to you. We all have a right to vote. But it's like what these people are doing down at the Capitol is not like you didn't vote knowing that they were going to do this at the Capitol. But, or even this particular whatever would happen. But at the end of the day, what they're doing at the Capitol, if you're not down there at the Capitol condoning and adding to the buffoonery, you know what I'm saying? Then what's the deal? So that's my thing. But like I said, whoever you vote for, you should keep it to yourself because you never know what type of partnerships, friendships, relationships, whatever that your choice and whom you voted for. Why is this rocking? Actually messes with. I don't know why it is rocking now.
But this is the funny part, though. Majority of you people that's in that house or in that seat, Democrat or Republican, guess what? Them people still doing business with each other.
I don't know why y'all playing like y'all so y'all so ill informed. Y'all don't even know y'all on the same team. It's just a different jersey, but the same team. That's like if the Saints one side of the team, like the defense wore color rush and the offense wore like just something different, and y'all just like going at it. It's like, bro, it's like it's the same team. That's what you don't get. That's what, like, why don't you understand that? And it's like, bro, it's insane, man. It is insane. It is the same. You are on the same.
Like they say, the circle, like when it comes down to anything like that, or any business or anything you do in life, the old saying is, your circle is gonna get smaller once you go and forward in life.
That's
you
true.
Gonna lose some,
you gonna win some.
That's true.
Straight up.
That's true. That's a good point. I just think it's completely wrong. I don't think that a person's personal preference should be, determined. Like, you ain't nowhere near what's going on down at the Capitol.
I like grapes and you like apples. And you
right. But I say at the same time, what happens? He done got blocked out the room. Oh, I got the whole screen. He done got knocked out the chat room. Is this a marker? Looking at my screen. Well, I am the only host of What's New in Your World. Hello and welcome. What y'all think about our new intro and our new scenery here that we have going on? Of course, you still see some new things. I guess I'll let them back in. So yeah, let us know. Put your comments down below, and let us know what you think.
I didn't hit my damn watch. I'm on a phone.
I just told him. I said,
It's stupid. Yeah, you actually are on a phone call with the show.
Once y'all go in and, like y'all for the subscribe and like and share with your friends. What's new in your world? You know what I'm saying? Let everybody know that we here. You know what I'm saying? Bravo. But that's crazy though. That's just crazy though how the world is, and right now, I mean, it's funny. I ain't know it was gonna be like this. Like they're gonna just go in the White House and
I saw windows they were breaking.
I just told him. I said, okay, so
a lot.
Like some black people enjoy killing other black people just for fun. So since I'm a black person, does that mean I agree with everything that black people do? Like I agree with other people being shot? I agree with the crime rates? Is that what that means? Because that's what you're telling me. Like, just...
Oh, like you said, maybe this was out.
You're a Trump supporter. That means you enjoy people getting shot in the Capitol. No, idiot. Did you ask me? You didn't even ask me.
I'm curious of this. What if instead of the crowd being majority Caucasian, if it was African Americans, you think they would have got that far?
What if they just sat down? What if they, went up there and sat down? What would they say then?
I mean, let's say how far. You made the point. We did the same, the Black Lives Matter, and we had the large crowds, and look what happened with all of that. You know what I'm saying? All of that in the streets, the cops pulling people out their cars, doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, what are we doing? But anyway, at the end of the day, it's chaos. So, I don't know how much more on that. We could talk about, I don't know if you have any other politics. I'm quite tired and fed up with politics, to be honest.
Dangerous, deranged rhetoric. You should see Mr. Cash. He's like that. Like, he went straight to the the hippie era of America where everybody has like he has a ponytail. The dude's like 60.
I saw one dude here like the podium where I think when he speak at when he get on the TV.
He's that powerful.
That guy had it on his shoulders walking with him. Like,
You talking about now? What you call them things? The intercom, the PC.
The podium.
He was walking with it.
On his shoulder, like the big wood thing with the American eagle on the thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a picture. I'm looking like this, like, bro, y'all let this dude go up. Man, I'm telling you, they got way into the center where you go, where everybody go and vote. You got the Republicans sit over, you got the Democrats sit over there, and he in the house. They went in the house and the dude sitting in the front of the building with his leg on the thing, and I think he had a Swiss ball, I believe. And then that's when
stuff coming from about like when did he say I want violence and terrorism? When did he say that? Or did he just say go protest?
I don't know what he said, but
exactly.
Whatever he said.
Why are people telling me that he incited violence when he didn't?
I don't know. I can't speak for that because all I know they said he tweeted something. So I guess I'm sure he tweeted.
What's that boy name? Newsom?
But I mean, go on his Twitter and you can find out exactly what he said.
Yeah, let me see what he said. Let me see how CNN spins that.
And he said something.
Because like the dude made an entire video talking about this is not what I wanted. And I could show you the video.
Well, by him saying this is not what I wanted.
Meaning like this is not what I meant when I said go and protest. That's what he meant. You're doing these backflips in your head trying to make it sound like what you want it to sound like, and it's not the reality. Like that's not what he meant. That's not what he said. All right.
Well.
So it's like did Governor Newsom when he said he wanted Black Lives Matter to protest, and they went out and they started burning down all the buildings? Did he want that to happen? So he wanted everybody to lose their job, and he wanted buildings burned down. Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna change the title to this live troll at the Capitol. We're gonna have to pause and talking about narcissists later. What guy?
He's like,
okay.
There's no evidence of voter fraud. They took suitcases from underneath a desk, put it up, and it had millions of ballots in it, and they ran it through the machine, and it's all on camera. And you're telling me there's no evidence? You're telling me there's absolutely no evidence? There's actually computer forensics, computer forensic specialists. There's 50 affidavits, and you're telling me there's no evidence? Is there really no evidence, or are you just shutting your eyes, going la 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 la, hoping you don't see anything or hear anything?
Like I say,
because this is prophecy. Crazy. This is
and
crazy.
It's what's supposed to happen.
You did this? These people are crazy. These people are stupid, man.
Prophecy.
It's crazy, man.
This is how it's supposed to happen. Biden was supposed to win. It's at this point, whoever is up there, I mean, he's still going to hell in a handbasket. So.
He's still going to hell.
Still going to hell in a handbasket. The world where that's an old saying. It's still going to hell in a handbasket. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point that I'm so tired of listening to politics. It's going back and forth with the House of Rep. Even with trying to give 600 versus the 2,000. I know Biden mentioned something about a $2,000 reoccurring stimulus. I don't know if it's per household, per person, or what. But
how do you spell affidavit?
I know it's AFFIDAVIT.
That's a weird word, man.
Yeah.
Affidavit.
Affidavit. We say David, but it's
affidavit.
It's David, DAVIT. But What was that? Oh, the $2,000 stimulus. So some people still trying to get their $200, and then he mentioned that. So we'll see. Once he gets his sworn in and all that on January. I think it's the 20th. I think we have a show on that day too. So that's going to be interesting to find out what's going on. In the midst of all of this other chaos that's going on, everybody in their own cities have issues. Meaning, like, chaos, not chaos, crime is picking up in areas now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the crime rate is going up. They're starting to do crazier things, and it's like, once when people are struggling, that's pretty much what happens. The crime rate starts to go up. You said, but I know what?
The funny thing about it, okay, we was here before, but we was in high school when this happened.
Yeah.
Because that's when let me say, I was probably in elementary. But the thing is, though, I'm telling them, listen, check it out. When stuff happen like this, is when the Democrat get in the house.
Yep, always.
Think about it, when the Clintons was in office at this time, that's when Clinton came out with that 3 strike shit out.
Always. All the time. So it's like people forget.
This is how the Democrats benefit off of this. They gotta make some type of poverty. And once they make some type of poverty, how they get paid off it by, raising the crime rate and putting people in jail.
Oh, jail is a business.
Yep. That Democrats and Republicans.
But jail is.
Who do you think gets paid? Who do you think gets paid from those jails? People always say like, "Oh, the state owns the jail." No, it's a federal prison. It's a federal
I
prison.
guess you're talking about your local states, your local prisons. You have
all prisons are federal prisons. They all are under federal law. You didn't know that, did you? No. They run prisons like they run schools. Some of the proceeds go to the state, and some of the proceeds go to the federal.
All I know is they make a lot of money per head.
But that's how they
per day.
Also
let's even say if it was $30 a head per day for people that's getting life. $30 per day. I didn't hear you, Bando. What you say?
I said also that's how they also stimulate the economy by putting people in the prison system.
Yeah, but there's a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you gotta think about it too. As Trump been in office, and since the storms been passing for the decades, they have been extending the prison system, like making them bigger and bigger than what they normally are. You know what I'm saying? So now this will be the perfect time to fill all of them up. So as you go through your years with different presidents, they also create new laws as well. So I mean, next thing you know, look at this now. This is a new law now. You gotta wear a mask around your face. If you don't wear a mask around your face, now you don't get a ticket, or either you don't go to jail. So it's just what it is. Like, it's about money and power.
Yeah, I mean, everything is. It's just a lot. That's all I can say. It's just a lot. And I mean, and you think about it, you have children that has to, grow up in this world, and this is where we are now. And it's going to get worse before it gets better.
No, it's going to get better. Because all y'all old people,
it's going to get better.
Right in the trash. I'm personally tired.
Are you calling me old?
It's because like all these like every time I talk to somebody younger, everything I say makes sense, and when I talk to somebody older, they just it doesn't register in their head, and they think somehow people are always after them, and I guess it's like PTSD because like
Well, that's the difference because you haven't lived the life that they lived.
Oh my gosh!
So you can't relate. But even with the times, it's their experience in life is their experience. They learn from their experiences. Doesn't mean that they're with the times. If this is what that person experienced in their life, then that's what they experienced. Who said that? That's what they experienced. Stop it. I'm not finished. That's what they experienced in their life. You see what I'm saying? So you can't tell them they have to change what they believe because this is what they've been through. Just like they can't tell you can't believe that way because you haven't been where I've been. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're two different generations trying to agree with something. You're not. It's not, because my life experiences are my life experiences that cause me to believe what I believe today. Right? So that's mine. That's what I went through in my life. Right? From the stuff that I've gone through, you may never even have to touch because it's a different time. But it doesn't negate the fact that I went through it and this is why I feel the way I feel.
Yeah, but it serves to bring up the point that just because that's what happened in your lifetime doesn't mean it's happening currently right now. Like, just because it happened in the past does not mean it will see fruition in the future or will see fruition in the present at all. Mm-hmm. You know? But
it's one of those things. Okay, you know how you have something that happens to you? Like, usually a behavior starts from a traumatic event. So that's kind of, well, you want to call it that too. But that's like, so these people had a traumatic event or something that occurred to them that altered the way that they think. That's not going to change. That's the way they think because it affected them personally. So to them, it's their truth because they went through it. You see what I'm saying? So I feel you. Like, you can't take that away from them. That's that. And that's their opinion. That's their life story. Everybody go through different things in life. Everybody experience different things in life. Back in the day, it wasn't as easy as it is somewhat now. It was a little difficult. You had to do a little bit more. I mean, even before my time and what my mom had to do. You know what I'm saying? It's different. My mom worked on a job for 25 years, could never move up, and watched everybody else move up. It's not the same today. But it doesn't make her feel any different about what she went through.
That's sad. Because that means that you can't see the...
No, I'm not saying that she can't see. We're talking about feelings. We're talking about expression. She's moving forward. Yeah, but she's you're right. But she's moving forward in life. But just when she talk about it, you can't be like, well, that don't mean nothing. It means something to her.
I never said it didn't mean anything. You neglect the fact that people have eyes and they could see that things are changing. But what you just showed me is a situation in which, like, you can't even measure your success. So, like, that's like, you can't even see how much things have moved past because you're so stuck in the present. You're so stuck in your change from the past that you can't see that the change then came off with the
from her recalling what she went through in her life and explaining to you why she had her views or why her opinions on certain things is the way that they are. Not saying that she can't move forward because obviously she has and obviously she is. But she's doing what she's capable of doing. Yes.
But what I'm saying is, like,
she has all of her licenses. She's working for herself. Like, yeah, I think that's great.
Changed, so she can't view that and be like,
nobody. We're talking about recalling past experiences, not how she moved forward in life. She made the choice to leave that job because they were keeping her in that same area because they wouldn't move her forward. So she actually had the mentality to move to another job that moved her forward in the position and where she wanted to go. But when she called the history of her history, mm-hmm. instead of what she went through, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, and I'm not saying that she's stuck in that place. Yeah. She's recalling and telling you why she feels this way about something is because of her experience and what she went through.
I've never denounced anything that anybody's ever went
and
through.
That's all I'm saying.
I've always pointed out the difference about how it is today. Always.
That's all I'm saying.
It's different now.
I know that it's different now.
You don't have to be scared anymore.
No, right, you don't. Some people have a hard time getting out of that mentality, and some people get out of it.
That seems like...
That's everybody don't think the way you think. Everybody don't know how to overcome circumstances. You know, everybody don't know how to just move forward beyond it. It's good that you do.
Look, the thing is, in the Bible it says everybody's not meant to make it to the promised land. In the Bible, everybody's not meant to make it though. So just like what you just saying, in other words, as far as why people don't see it as a change, and you don't have to live that certain way, because I mean everybody have a limit where you stop it. You know what I'm saying? And some people just built to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So you got different types of codes and codes in a body and a mind that can keep you going forward. So at your time when you get a certain age. Professor, they don't have the youth coming at you saying the same thing you say. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna be in your way that worked for you, in your way that got you further where you going.
I don't know about that because see, I'm able to measure change, and I'm able to see how things are changing, and I'm able to contemplate and figure out why. Mm-hmm. Like I don't. There's no such thing as like, oh, the purpose of elders is to be a bridge for the young to come and meet the present or the future, if that makes sense. But that doesn't mean that the elders stay in the past. They just remember where they came from, so they can better relay it. But they should also be able to see how the new generation changes things for the better. Because if you're always sitting back here and you're staying in your kind of in your realm where like everything isn't as good as you want it to be, how can you can't be grateful for the change that you almost kind of sparked, you know what I'm saying? Because you were the one that told those young people, okay, this is the world, this is how it works, and this is what I've been through, and this is what I've seen. And when the young people come back to you and tell you, oh look, we did that, we got there's more freedom, there's more happiness, you're like, well, back in my day, it was we didn't have all this happiness. You know what I'm saying? It's like back in your day isn't today.
Big game, my G. I'm gonna say this, Professor.
Yeah.
The same thing you just said, that they told me that when I was younger. They're like, well, we had this back in our day. Like, it's the same recycle. Like, but believe it or not, like, I see what you're saying, though, because when I was young, growing up from high school, like, the elders didn't want to listen to rap. The elders didn't want to.
They don't even want to give it a chance. It's not even like it's, you know what I'm saying?
But hold on, today, I'm talking about, listen, even the white folks, older white folks didn't want to listen to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, like, we was the only one dealing with listening to hip hop. Now, the whole world is on this hip hop wave. You know what I'm saying? You got all types. So I see the difference. I see the change happen. You know what I'm saying? Because now, not only they listen to the music, but they want to dress like, like the hip hop people. You know what I'm saying? They want to ride, even like even up the people, the billionaires that's on base football teams that got the little hip hop chain and the little Gucci and all this other stuff like that. The people I even thought they don't even look like they want to be with their little era. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, believe it or not, you have people that accepting the youth change. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, it's not going to happen how you want it to happen. You feel me? Because, like I said before, you only going to have a few people that's that's gonna jump on that wave, and you're gonna have a few people that get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way of life, and that's just not like, you know, that's just where it is. Because even with the you know, when a lion go hunt for a gazelle or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Most majority of them gazelles gonna be running, but one of them gazelles gonna get caught by that lion. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what life is. Somebody gonna get caught and somebody gonna get left behind. You just, like this old saying is, only the strong will survive. And you gotta be on that way. Some people just like, you know what? I'm comfortable where I'm at. Man, you know what? Why we gotta do all that? Because, you know, things is good for us right now. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm good with my house, and I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But people like you and everybody else, we looking for a change. We looking for some new stuff to happen. You know what I'm saying? But some people just like I said, you got people that get stuck in their old ways and they happy when they at. They ain't looking for nowhere to go further. So those people get left behind. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot save them. Everybody's like, you can't save them. Everybody, like I said, everybody's not meant to be saved. They gotta want it and they gotta believe it. You know what I'm saying? If they want it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what it is. Like, I mean, and like I said, I always told myself straight up at a young age, I said, no matter what, I'm keeping up with this technology shit. You know? I'm on it. Like, I don't care. Like, bring it. I'm like, listen, I always put this in my head too. Just because I'm older, don't make me smarter than the younger. Because the young person gonna have to lead this, gonna have to lead me the way. You know what I'm saying? And show me the way. And sometimes I might have to step down from being older and let the young youth to take over. So I can follow them and they can show me the way until I catch on. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't live by that code that, you know, back, you know, yeah, I do sometimes say, yeah, back in my day, yeah, sometimes, yeah, we had this, but we ain't had, like, we don't have Instagram. We had Instagram back then when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
We had Facebook when I was going to high school. We ain't had MySpace when I was going to high school. You know what I'm saying? We had
They still MySpace?
Yeah, they should. They should have, like, but when you say back in my day, it should come from a place of like, look how far we've come, not a place of this is how it should be because this is what I was raised in. Like, it can't stay the same forever, you know?
Nothing not meant to stay the same.
The only constant is change, in fact. So...
the sun don't even stay the same. That
nope.
sun gotta come down.
Nor does the moon. The moon got phases on it.
No. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm glad you said something about the moon. One day I laid up there and looked at the sky while the sun was out, and I looked at the moon. I'm like, damn, moon, you're disrespectful. Like, you don't go nowhere. You just stay up there, huh? You never go nowhere. Like, the moon never moved. It always stayed up even in the daytime. So I be looking like, damn, like, but anyway, I don't get too anyway, yeah, bro. Yeah, so everything is not meant to stay the same. Even your car you use, anything you use, everything is meant to break to fix in life. And that's just the way it is. So if you can't break it, then it will never be a fix.
I don't know. I just think it's we are in. It's funny. I don't know. Got to talk to Miss Faye because it seems like we've gone from what did they call it, the era of the Aquarius to like the era of the dung beetle, because everybody's just so whatever the most oblivious animal is because like you remember, like, people just don't know. And it's like, I understand, like, these people aren't perfect. The people that we're voting against, I mean, nobody is. I mean, some people are worse off than others. Right? But, I mean, like, just, like, for instance, like, remember that video I showed you with Joe Biden and what he said about mayors and big shots and N-words? Remember I showed you that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? Nobody knows about that. If that went viral, if everybody saw that, you think they'd vote for him? And guess what? That man hasn't changed. That's the same little dude.
Because that definitely, if I was, listen, let that video come out, and whoever said that they can't mess with a certain person because they voted for this person, oh, okay, now what you gotta say no? What you gotta say no? So you voted for it, so if you voted
I can tell you one thing. Trump said a lot of things. He ain't never said the N-word. Not like that, at least. Not in front of Congress.
So my thing is, though, hey, at the end of the day, that's why I sit out and I really like it. Life is just like a chessboard. If you're gonna be come upon, then you're gonna get caught in the middle of that circle. Now, if you just become, the person that's outside the board and playing the game and look at everybody, you'll see a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you being, being divided. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you.
He was talking about in New Orleans when he said that too. When he said we already have an N-word mayor. He talking about in New Orleans.
I wonder who it was at the time.
I don't know.
Mark Marrero.
Yeah, Mark Marrero. Mark Marrero or either Mark Marrero.
Mark and Ray Nagin.
Ray Nagin, that's the only two I know.
Yeah.
I
don't know how old the video is though.
Mark Marrero was a cool dude, man. When I was coming up in high school, man, he had swag, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what happened to him. What happened to Mark Marrero?
He went to jail.
Mark Marrero?
Probably sure.
I think he did.
No, Mark Marrero, it was the other one.
Man, give me
it was Nagin? I thought they both went. No?
How about them? No, one. Man, don't tell me both of them went to jail. That means if two of them went to jail, that means your girl gonna be going to jail next too.
You talking about TD? TD ain't going nowhere. See, the man can't travel. See that going nowhere. Oh, so I think we should. It doesn't make sense to really start talking about narcissism. I'm actually going to change the title to relate to what's going on today, because there's so much to talk about, like the introduction on what a narcissist is. So, sorry for that. If you came on looking for us talking about a narcissist, we're going to talk about it in the Wednesday after next.
Not next Wednesday, the following Wednesday, y'all. Don't be looking for us. So when we in.
After next. But yeah. What? Does this not count?
Yeah. The world is crazy, bro. That's crazy. Alright. But not tell me who you vote for out of the Beatles and Michael Jackson. Who you think the best? And I say I voted for Michael Jackson. And your ass come tell me, well, I don't like you because you voted for Michael Jackson. You might give you a new one ripping our ass out the world. For real.
I think I'm in the wrong account. There we go. Yeah, I'm tripping. Really? Bruh. Yeah. So, like I said, my head is hurting with all the stuff that's going on. Do anybody know? Are they still doing it? Let's see. Are they still down there at the Capitol?
So you think they talking about impeachment of Donald Trump?
I mean, it don't matter at this
point.
You
about impeachment? Dude, it's over. It's over, idiot.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, I guess even though if they still
Well, you said he wasn't going to concede, though. I think that's why they're doing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that would make sense because he said he won't concede.
Oh, this is something stupid, bro. Oh, this stuff is stupid. I almost don't even want to talk about it anymore. it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking to like boards.
Oh.
People just.
I want to know
They
news.
don't get it. They don't understand it.
I can't type. Oh, look, there it is, Capital Storm. Let's see. Current events. 1 hour ago, 35 minutes ago. Doesn't seem like they're there. Man, a lot of them. Nope, it doesn't seem like it's currently going on. If it is, there's no updated news. Are they live? Let's say it was 35 minutes ago, though. This was live an hour ago. 2 hours ago, 36 minutes ago. Huh. Ooh. Then they say a woman fatally shot as far-right insurrectionists storm. So I think that's the woman that was shot in the chest, because I did hear that a woman was shot in the chest. That sucks. I don't know who it was shot by. If it was someone, and they just upset. You know, I'm looking at these pictures. I don't see none. Like, no masks. Everybody got their mask on their chin. They got their guns pointed at them. Wow. No masks. Don't see none. This is crazy. Let's see. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can add that. Let's see if I can add it to the show. That's crazy. Oh.
But unless you somehow renounce him in some convincing way, just renounce, like Trump, and like just renounce his entire existence. That's how you stay on the project. Man, project is better off without you. No one needs you.
Just renounce.
What? So they ask you to renounce God. You choose to renounce God?
Well, I mean,
renouncing Trump is renouncing.
Well, I'm saying. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Position on abortion.
No, we'll talk about that. I don't want to talk about that on the show.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see if I can get this here.
You sleep better at night when I lie. You can get out my face.
Stupid. This is dumb. All right.
Politics.
Let's see.
Agenda. All of it. She gone. Awesome.
All right. So I'm actually about to play this video here.
Okay.
So let's see.
Just call me Ivan.
What they were talking about. Oh wait, this sucks.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to play it. Hold up. Wait a second. Alright. Let's push that.
Even like
What do you need? That was a bag you breathing through.
she's praying. She's praying.
She what?
Praying.
Oh. Well, so, quite interesting.
That's funny.
What?
That was real, like, I'm looking at that like, bro, what is this on her face? Like,
Wait, I was trying not
She
to.
got like a she got like a beekeeper's mask on her face, like you know the people who like follow the bees. She got like one of those on her dang on face. Like
I saw the thing. I'm like, okay, she breathing. I'm like, why is this person got? I didn't forget what was
like
going
on. Like it's a dang on
But I'm
hazmat
like,
suit.
what is going on? Why
Like it's the Spanish flu.
looking like a dog Vader.
Yeah, in full PPE. Like she working at the hospital.
Oh man.
Lady, what are you doing? What's that on your head?
Looking at the whole thing had me thinking in my head, like, bro, this is what the new world is about to bring to this world, because now, by them people doing all that to this, they gonna try to make all type of stuff up now. They gonna try to see lockdown or type of all kinds of stuff, because now they feel like, okay, now if these people come into this White House to do all this stuff, just imagine with, they don't come on all kind of crazy stuff, man. It's just ridiculous, like, what they about to do. They just, like, the New Year just had to open up with that. So they know what they're doing. They definitely know what they're doing.
I got something delivered today. Oh yeah. Arriving on Sunday. What that? Oh.
But I do want to say though, y'all get ready for the football game this weekend.
We gotta win, right? Like, what's the scenario? Break it down.
You got the Saints that play against Chicago, and I believe Tampa Bay play against the. I believe is it the Rams? I believe so. But this is my pick. The Saints is going to be Chicago, and the Buccaneers is going to beat the Rams, and the Saints going to have to play against the Buccaneers, that's where Tom Brady at. Mm-hmm. And this whole thing is a story that Tom Brady came from the Patriots he was playing for last year. So my thing is, they may let Tom Brady win this thing and try. They're gonna let him get close closer, but they're gonna make it look like that. You know, Tom Brady, like he scratched to get to the Super Bowl. But I'm thinking that the Saints and Tampa Bay is going to play to play against Green Bay to go to for the NFC. Yeah. So it looked like a nice tough in our era. Well, we're gonna look tough for us this week, but we in the wild card right now, trying to get in that playoff spot. Yep.
You know, it's like I kind of want to know and I don't. I mean, I kind of want to watch it and I don't, because you know how that is with the Saints.
Yeah. Well, by then, the good news, we should have our running back by then, because they try to pull this all with us and say the man had COVID. I think it really was gave him a break so he can sit out a game. He won't get hurt. And also we should have our receiver back too. Our number one, our starting receiver, number 13, back this week. So it's gonna be looking real good for us, man. Really gonna look good for us this week. Coming out to show out, we're gonna have the whole team ready to go. Bucko!
I hope so. I hope so. No, guys. You give our closing remarks. It's pretty much the wrap of the show.
Yep. So, like I said, I always say on every show, make sure you call your loved ones, check up on them, make sure you let them know that you're there for them, and you're making sure they get their orange juice, their water, the elders if they need something. I don't care if it's not your grandma or your grandpa. If you know somebody next door and they have no family that's not come visit them, and go knock on that door and be like, look, Miss Ringy, you need me to go get you some drink, or you need me to go get you some food, or Mr. Meyer, do you need me, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Reach out. Don't because it's not your grandma, it's not akin to you. Still reach out and lend a hand. Matter of fact, reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place. If you can. I'm gonna stop playing. But, yeah.
Thank you.
But,
wow.
So,
I need a tall glass of some red champagne.
So look, want you to have now and go out there and look out, and if you want the world to change, you gotta change yourself. Can't change the world without changing yourself first. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look yourself in the mirror and put the work in. But let's go. We're gonna see y'all next week, and let's get it. Bucko. Love all y'all.
Y'all could catch us not next Wednesday, but the other Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Now,